You've probably already seen me have fun with the hottest hatch in the country currently. But today is all about the journey. I have the 320Ld from BMW and it's filled with 59 liters of diesel. Question is, can it make it to Goa and back to Pune? Let's find out.
While Bhavneet is thoroughly checking out the back seat, I'll just give everyone an update. So the time right now is 6:03. We've gotten late. We were actually planning on leaving at 5, but thanks to our dear videographer, we've left an hour late. And so right now, the one thing that we're really worried about is that our trip should be somewhere around 1,000 kilometers the entire way, like to and fro. And also roaming around in Goa, and we've got like 869 kilometers of range. So it's all on us to make every single drop of diesel count. And one of the biggest challenges that we have is not on the highway, but it's going to be within the city of Goa, because we're going to be staying in Goa for the next 2 days. We're also going to be covering something really interesting. So yeah, as of right now, it just rose to 870, but let's see how it all fares on the highway. Sit rep. We are 44.2 kilometers into the journey. As of right now, we're getting a fuel efficiency of 20.3 kilometers to the liter, and the range has risen to 913 kilometers. It does make me feel hopeful that we will be able to do it in one tank, but the biggest issue we're facing right now is that the entire way we've got a lot of diversions, and because of that we've had to slow down, go in traffic, and more or less we've not been able to hold one constant speed. So that is one of our biggest concerns, and the moment we start going up the ghat also, we know for a fact that the fuel is going to drop by a lot. So for now we're just going to be stopping on the side to just pick up some water. Shreshth and I are really thirsty. Bhavneet, as you can see, is thoroughly enjoying the back seat. And holy We're currently 80 kilometers into the journey, and I think this is by far the most range I've seen on the display yet. We started off with 872 kilometers on the display. Now we've got a range of 990. And the only drawback with this entire situation is that we were really hoping for it to touch 1,000 kilometers, but we're going to be touching the first ghat now. And the moment the first ghat starts, we know that the range is going to start dropping like anything. So I hope we do try to get 1,000 kilometers on the dash. But yeah, let's see what happens. So we finally breached the 100 kilometer distance in our journey yet, and we've been getting pretty impressive numbers. We've been getting a fuel efficiency of 22.5 kilometers to the liter, and we've barely used up any fuel. And if you look at it, we're like a fourth of the journey there already. So the 320Ld is holding up really well. The roads, honestly, they're not the best. The suspension is doing a really great job of keeping the ride plush, keeping the car and the passengers pretty comfortable. I mean, as you can see, our passenger princess is still sleeping behind. And yeah, I mean, we're slowly creeping up again to see 1,000 kilometers of range on the dash. We're only 12 kilometers to go for that, and I hope that happens. We have done it. We are officially. We have done it. We are officially seeing a range of 1,000 kilometers, and okay, it's 1001 now. Holy! I mean, that is bloody impressive from the car, and I mean we're getting 22.8 right now, and that is crazy. Holy shit! This. I mean, damn! I'm actually pretty speechless right now. I really hope, I mean, of course, we're doing really great right now in our journey also. And I have a good feeling that we'll be able to do this entire trip in one tank.
Good morning. From the back seat of the 320Ld, you join me 160 kilometers into the journey. The boys have managed a pretty decent 23 kilometers to the liter by now. And from the back seat, as you have seen, I've already done a pretty thorough assessment, and I can tell you that it's a pretty comfortable car to be in. The good things are that you have quite a lot of legroom, and the ride quality behind is fantastic. It's very wafty, and even when I was asleep, I could really feel that everybody, whoever was driving, might have been swerving a little bit, but it was all very smooth, and even the bad roads, you don't really feel it in the back. There are a couple of issues. I don't really like the amount of thigh support you have. It's quite little. I can pass my whole hand through my thighs. The seat is not as reclined as I would like it, so I kept finding myself twisting diagonally, and that was a very comfortable position. Otherwise, it's a really nice place to be in, but it could do with some sun blinds. As of now, I'm using my cap as one. So we have just crossed Anuskura Ghat, which was pretty nice, but it was really bad for our mileage. We had to go through a lot of stop and go traffic, and the roads were also pretty bad, so we really couldn't keep up our momentum. However, we are still doing pretty okay. We are slightly above 20 kilometers per liter. We have around 800-ish kilometers left in the tank as per the computer, and we are just very close to NH66, which is the highway, so we will be able to recuperate a little bit more mileage. So without further ado, time for me to sit in the driver's seat and take it for a drive, and let's see what's up. We finally hit NH66 and we are 136 kilometers away from our lunch destination. We have 775 kilometers of range and we are currently getting 20.5 kilometers to the liter, which we expect to increase. Now, talking about the mechanicals of the car, this comes with a B47D engine, that means it's rear wheel drive. It has a ZF 8-speed gearbox and it comes with 140 kilowatts, which is around 187 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. All of which doesn't really make sense today because we are not going to be talking about performance. We are actually talking about how efficient it is, and it has been absolutely very efficient. Like, we have had very bad roads and we've never been able to keep a proper momentum except on the highway, and we have still managed 20.5 kilometers to the liter, and we are just about to enter pretty much Goa. So yeah, I am pretty impressed, but the challenge is the trip back. That's what I'm worried about. So yeah, let's head for lunch and then see what all have we achieved today. So we are 50 kilometers away, which is basically an hour according to Google, and it is pretty late. It's 2:34 and the NH66 roads condition is a little scary. So again, we have the same problem where we cannot keep the pace up and it is going to be detrimental to our mileage. So yeah, let's try to reach food now because all of us are very crabby. So I'm just going to push a little bit. Maybe the mileage goes down a little bit more, but it's necessary. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. No, bro. I'm hungry, bro. I'm hungry.
Nah, it's okay. We signed up for this. It's okay.
1 hour later.
And we've got 471 kilometers of range in the 320Ld, but we've got 455 kilometers to go back home, and we have just above a quarter tank, which is going to be crucial in these 80 kilometers for us to maximize so that we can basically have a peace of mind while driving on the highway.